Welcome back, everyone, to my Football Manager 2019 Leeds United save. This is part 9, and I hope you've enjoyed the series so far. We are coming up to the end of the first season, and there is something I wanted to talk about actually, because I had a comment from someone called Connor Stanley. Really good interaction there. Really happy to see that on the videos. He said, have you definitely ruled out a second season? It would be a shame not to see you try out the Premier League with the sleeping giants. Also, what team do you have in mind for FM20? So I did reply to Connor and just explain that obviously the intention was to only play one season. That sort of was the kind of the aim from the start. I'm not completely ruling it out because initially I've made transfers in the August that were really short term. I didn't make any signings that were sort of the sort of signings you'd make building up a youth team and trying to really go for long term. I quite like the idea of it. I do. I think if I can, we'll see what the finances are. I think the most important thing is to really go in. If we get promoted, which is looking quite likely as it stands, we need to see what the finances are, sort of how our players are looking in terms of their standard for the Premier League. It might be that we're favourites to go straight back down. I can't be too sure. It could be a challenge. It could be quite good to see if I'm able to sort of revamp the club again, get them back to where they should be. But I'm just not 100% decided. So I think on that note, we're just going to have to see what happens at the end. In terms of FM20, I'm happy to take any feedback on board. Like I mentioned to Connor, that I'm hoping to do some sort of journeyman of some sort, try and put a little twist on it if I can. Have to give some thought into it, but for now, we are going to continue with Leeds United as is, and we'll just see what happens. So this is the penultimate episode. In the last episode, we played Swansea and drew 0-0. Not a bad result in the end, but as you can see, we've done really well since then. So we played QPR. This was an incredibly frustrating game. We really should have won this 6-0. I'll show you the highlights now. So they didn't even have a shot, I don't think, to the second half. And we had about 8 highlights in the first half. Shackleton was absolutely incredible. He should have had 3 assists, but unfortunately Roof couldn't finish his dinner, which seems to be the case a lot recently. So we're going to have a look at the goals now and sort of show you how the ones that went in, put it that way. So I'm going to quickly slow this down because once again it won't stay like that. Right. Roof has the ball here, Douglas. Now Shackleton, obviously, he's playing in a Mazzala role. So Clark here, Douglas, and Shackleton hits the post, and it's into Hernandez, who tidies up after that. Yeah, so Shackleton's playing that Mazzala role, which has given him an opportunity to go forward. We did concede a goal here. At this point, I was fuming. This was obviously just after half time. I was absolutely fuming with the team not because they played badly, they were playing really well, but just because we couldn't finish any chances. So now we're coming up to our second goal and the winner. Douglas does what he does best, crossing it into the box, and clicks there. He's just done that excellent job just to be in the right place at the right time. So like I said, Shackleton was insane. He's actually he's been very good in these 5 games we played off camera. Then we went on to the Bolton game. I actually missed the third goal. I went downstairs to sort something while I was running, but again, this is another game. We're controlling a lot of the possession, which isn't really the goal. I mean, I'm happy to do it. I'm not saying I don't want the ball, but it wasn't really what we're going for tactically, but it's worked out for us. So this was a game that Shackleton managed to get a brace in, and Douglas gets a free kick right at the start of the game, and this was brilliant. I'm pretty sure that was the goal of the month for February. Shackleton gets his first goal, and then works it into the box, and it's a good header from Shackleton, so he's done really well there. Really good to see him popping up with some goals. And then we move on to the West Brom game. This is really difficult. They were in 5th at the time. Not 100% sure where they were. I will go to the table in a second, but they were in 5th at the time. We finished with a 1-1 draw. Wasn't particularly exciting. Again, we pretty much controlled the game, but there wasn't too many highlights, only a couple of highlights throughout the game. Now we bought Tyler Roberts off the bench, and no more than 5 minutes later he managed to score. It was a bit of it fumbled its way into the goal, but ultimately it went in. That's what matters. So don't know what happened there. So we'll slow that down. This was their goal. I mean, we just sort of got hit on the counter attack after we're pushing for that second. It was a good finish, tidy little finish into the bottom left of the goalkeeper. So that was that game. We then played Bristol. It was fine. Well, finally, Alioski's getting involved. He hasn't really done much in the last sort of month. But this was a lot closer. I think they were in 11th at the time. So they're doing quite well, like I mentioned in one of the earlier episodes. They're the sort of team you expect to be maybe not quite in the playoff places, but just below, the sort of the best of the rest. But Alioski's here. He just sort of runs in. I think he was in an inside forward role in this game, I believe. Where was he playing? No, he was just playing as a winger, and but he cut inside from the wing. Managed to get a lovely finish into the corner. And then we had this game, and finally, Kamar Ruth, he just sort of he has purple patches, and then he goes 6 games without scoring, 7 games. It's crazy what he does. We had a really good game against Reading. We were pretty much dominant. They didn't get their goal until right at the end of the games. We were 3-0 up, and once again, Shackleton was really good. Hernandez, who obviously he is a very good player. Oh yeah, Douglas with a lovely free kick. We know Hernandez is a great player, but he's not really done that much for me. Granted, he hasn't had like long runs in the team. But Ruth here, look at him, love that, right into past the goalkeeper, and hopefully that can set him on a good run. He needs to start picking up. Hernandez here, he has a lovely cross to the back post here, and Shackleton's there to tidy up. So, like I said, Shackleton's been very good since he's getting a good run in the team. Forshaw's been kept out of the team, and unfortunately we did concede there. Not great goalkeeping, but we won the game, that's what matters. So, we'll have a look at the Championship table. We are only 1 point behind Aston Villa, but they've played a game more than us, so if we can get the win, we go 2 points clear. We're quite... Actually, Derby, I think they must have drawn their last game. Yeah, they drew with Swansea, so only 2 points given out of... it could have been 3 points to Derby, so luckily they only got the 1. So we've got a game in hand over both teams there, Swansea and Derby, and Aston Villa. So we're going to go, if we win this next game, which is going to be very tough, we're going to go 8 points clear of Derby, which I think at this stage in the season, there's only, 7 games left. I think we might have secured promotion. I don't want to jump to the gun too much, but I think we might have done it. So as you can see here, Kamar Ruth, top goal scorer, joint with a couple other players. He's not done amazing second half of the season, but it's still good to see him up there. Douglas as well. He's been quite good since he's come back as well. Not to the same standard, but I think he is. 29. 29, yeah. So he's on the good side of 30, but not for much longer. In September he turns 30. So yeah, we've been pretty good this season. I think overall we've got Alioski there. Been pretty poor form since Christmas, but ultimately he's got a couple of goals, a couple of assists when it's needed. So really good to see. Don't think there's much else to show you. I did have a look. I tried to do some scouting because just in case we did want to go for a second season. This guy, if you've played Football Manager 19, you know what this guy's about. He's incredible. He's still 17 in the game, which means I can get him for quite cheap. I did make an offer and it was accepted. So we've got $750,000 mil up front, totaling up to 2.1 million after games and after 3 years of payments. 10% sell-on clause. So he's been accepted. The only problem is there is quite a lot of interest in him. He's got, I think, Liverpool, Man City and a couple others. So this is the contract offer we've made him. 15k. It's quite a lot, but we need to try and offer him a bit more to try and get his interest. Obviously he's got big clubs after him. So that's all we've really got for now. Like I said, we've done some scouting. There's not too much we can do at the moment. We don't really have the finances. I've been looking at this guy. He looks quite good. Nothing spectacular, but very good all-round stats for a 19-year-old. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get him just yet. I haven't really got the money, but I'm going to keep an eye on him. He looks quite good. So I think we're going to continue to the game now. We've got In this game, we have Sheffield United. Have a quick look at the table. Sheffield United are in 10th, so not going to be an easy one. But you could argue out the race for the playoffs at this point. Unless they beat us, then they could be a challenge. So I'm going to put Aylin back in. I've had to put Coyle in just because we've had to rotate a little bit recently. Quite happy with the centre-backs. They work pretty well together. Albeck, I took him off after 60 minutes in the last game, so he's got good fitness. Shackleton just has to start. I mean, his recent form, he's a 7.86 rating recently, so he's played himself into the starting 11. Hernandez has been good. His 7.32, I think, has probably earned him a start as well, despite I really like Jack Clark. I think we're going to leave the team as it is there. Tyler Roberts I'm going to leave on the bench. No, we're going to put the youngster in now. No, Roberts is, I think, the same age. Oh, just a little bit older, but we're going to put the Bulgarian youngster in there. Calvin Phillips just returned from injury. I'm a little bit sceptical. I'm going to put him on the bench because I think he can be quite useful. We are going to take out Brown, who's really not featured for us this season. We don't really have a system that fits him, and you could argue that about Almada, but we're going to train him to be an advanced playmaker or a Mazzala in the deeper role. I think he can do it. I don't think there's any real issues as to why he can't do it. His defending is really poor, but we don't need him for that because we're going to have two defensive midfielders behind him. We're going to have I'm not sure whether we're going to go like this and have him as an advanced playmaker. I haven't decided yet. Or if we are just going to do it like this and have one of them as an advanced playmaker. I think that's probably what we're going to do. So let's change these roles back around. In terms of the tactics, we've not really changed anything. I put this back to shorter passing. Everything else is exactly the same. And yeah, let's crack on with the game. Hopefully we can get a good result here, because I think if we can win this game, I don't think there's much chance of being caught. I think there will only be 6 or 7 games left. So we're going to let them know we're favourites, make sure they know why, and let's get underway. Once again, need to turn the speed down, and let's continue. Oh no, Alioski's picked up a knock. Have they said what it is? Doesn't say on there. Oh, it's a twisted knee. See, knee problems are always horrendous. We have to bring him off. I'm going to play Clark in that inside forward role. I don't want to risk it till half time, not with a knee problem. Good header out. Hernandez picks up the ball, back to Douglas with his something crazy like 18 crossing. Oh, Clark's very unlucky there. Very unlucky. Can we get any more highlights? We can. Hernandez. Oh. Almost. Well, he could head it back to his goalkeeper in the end, but it looked a bit risky. Oh no. Really sharp. Into Stevens, into John Fleck. Oh, okay, that's good. We picked up the ball. What can Roof do with it? Gives it the click. Lovely switch of play to Shackleton. He's been incredible. Can he pick up a good pass? Very simple pass, but it worked, so... Lovely little back heel there. Aylin. Roof. Oh, so unlucky. Good effort from the boys. We're playing well. Unfortunately not had a goal, but I'm not disappointed by any means. I'm quite happy with how we're playing. I think we'll go into, assuming this is how the half finishes, we'll go into the team talk and let them know we are pleased. We're not going to have a go at them. I'm sure the assistant manager will advise us to have a go, but I mean we've been all over them. They've not even had a shot on target. They barely touched the ball. We are incredibly happy with how they're playing. Keep playing the way you've been, and the result will come. That's it. I mean, it's simple as that. We've been playing well. We just need the result to, well, the goals to fly in now, really. 60 minutes played. We're still all over them, but haven't created anything since this second half. No highlights. We've got to do something now. We've got to, the average ratings are quite low. Let's see what happens with this now. And what can Albeck do with it? With his wonderful left foot. Easy pass, like the tactic says. Simple, short passing, shorter tempo. Don't need to rush with the ball. Take your time, find out a good pass. Roof's on the right wing for some reason, but there we go. Lovely switch of play. Clark inside. Oh, he's not done amazing there. It looked like a good run, but he sort of snatched at the opportunity. Hasn't done fantastic there. Right, we need to make a little switch up. We're going to put Calvin Phillips on to get a bit more fitness in. Click can come out. Click's not had a bad game, but I mean, Roof has had a bad game. I think they're the subs we're going to make. Douglas is a little bit tired, but we know what he can do. He's having a really good game as well. So we're going to go with that. And there are 3 subs made. Hopefully we can do something here. Then with another highlight. Aylin into Albeck. He's going to switch it to Douglas. Go on, have it. Have a pop. He's had a pop and it wasn't a good pop. As Dean Henderson takes the ball there. There's not long left. Going to have a bit of a shout at him. A bit of a demand more. Hopefully that will kick them on to try and... I don't want to change anything in case we concede, so I'm just going to continue what we're doing. Doesn't look like it's been enough. And hopefully they don't concede here with Hogan on the edge of the area. He can take a shot. He's not going to take a shot. He took too long with it. He should have done, really. But here's Bulldog. And no, he's offside. That's going to be the end of the game, I think. Yeah, before Henderson can even take the goal kick. Before Casilla can even take the goal kick. So, I feel like all these Livecom games just ended 0-0. It's ridiculous. But yeah, I mean, do you know what? I'm not disappointed. We didn't play great, but we controlled the game. That's all you can ask for. So, as it stands, we are top of the table, joint on points with Aston Villa, 6 points ahead of Derby. So we're looking really good. We're looking good here. We are only ahead on goal difference of Aston Villa, but we're looking good. We're looking good. So we are top of the championship, which is always very nice. And we've got an international break now, so we'll have a look here at the schedule. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games. We are going to play 6 in the form of Millwall, Birmingham, Preston, Sheffield Wednesday, Wigan and Brentford off camera. And then we're going to come back for the final 2 games of the season. There's not really many games in here that I'm that excited about. Preston are doing well. But yeah, it's just going to be Aston Villa and Ipswich. So hopefully we can... I really hope we can win the title. I think winning the title or going out through the playoffs gives you the most money. Going up second doesn't really do much for you financially, but we'll see what we can do. But I think that's going to be it for the episode. I don't think there's much else to show you. Like if we look at the finances, we've got just over 4 million in the budget. We've made a loss 7 million this season, which to be fair isn't that bad. We've been just under sort of, in terms of our profit, we are just making a loss every month. But nothing major, only a tiny loss every month. So yeah, we're just going to continue with that. We are over the wage budget, but our committed spending isn't. So what we're going to do, I think if we do a second season, there's quite a few players to get rid of. Players, if we have a quick look at the squad here, so players like maybe Forshaw, we could look to move on. Clark I would consider, if a good offer of maybe 15 million comes in for him. Berardi can go. Roberts can probably go, Dallas can go. So there's quite a few players here. Like I said, when we bought in Albeck and Connolly, we didn't really plan for a second season. They were sort of a short-term solution. But we can see. We'll see what happens. Yeah, but that's where I'm going to leave this episode. I hope you have enjoyed. This has been episode 9. The next one will be the 10th and final episode of the championship season. Maybe we'll do a season in the Premier League, assuming we get promoted, which is looking quite likely. But I hope you have enjoyed. I'm really happy with Connor's comment, and hopefully we can sort of kickstart some interaction in the comments. I'm really happy to get in contact with people and see what they think, see what their plans are, what they want to watch. Because ultimately, that I'm doing this for fun, but if I can get people who want to watch it, that's brilliant. That'd be really good to get regular viewers in. And yeah, that's where I'm going to end it. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.